to have a HER2 positive diagnosis was a bit alarming because it's the most aggressive form of breast cancer out here right now. In that moment of life, I was kind of in a point where I didn't really know who I was. You know, you have kids, you get married, you become a career person, and you kind of lose who you are.
A young person's diagnosis with a cancer is incredibly different and very challenging in different ways. And that's something that's really true about cancer as a whole, is it's totally unbiased. You know, there are young patients and there are older patients.
It was really hard. I went into this whole nesting thing where I wouldn't really get out of bed. I would just kind of be in the house. Yeah, I became a shadow of who I was. So for me, it was the mental piece, a huge part of the mental piece, and feeling like, what if I can't beat this? And what if I'm never myself again?
Liane and I just had an instant connection. I actually call her Sunshine because she is such a powerful, wonderful person. And I was just thankful that she allowed me to be part of her care team. I just looked at Liane, as I do every other patient, as they're still a person outside of their diagnosis. So my goal is to make sure that all of their needs are met, to keep them being a human being. You know, I assessed, is she able to parent okay? What about being a wife? What about running her household? I even wanted to make sure her dogs were being taken care of. All of the things, so she didn't have to worry about anything but fighting cancer and getting back to how she wanted to be before. So I'd go up and sit with her during treatment even, just to provide some companionship.
We never know what and who is going to be, effective in our lives. And, when I met my nurse navigator and when I met Megan, it was just amazing.
The nurse navigator, I think, is a critical part of the cancer team at Anne Arundel. Nurse navigators work with patients when they've been diagnosed with a cancer. In my case, I work with breast cancer patients. And our role as navigators are to really talk with patients about their treatment, about their pathology. Things are incredibly complicated in cancer treatment, and helping patients understand what their options are, what their treatment plans might be, helping them make decisions about what's right for them, spending the time with a patient to help them understand their diagnosis. So really we're a patient advocate, we're a patient guide, we're a patient educator, and we really do spend a lot of time with our patients, helping them through their process.
I remember, I wanted to quit early. I wanted to stop. I treatment 4, I was done. I can't do this anymore. My body can't take it. And I remember just my whole team telling me, you're gonna do this. You're gonna have to do this because you're gonna beat this and you're gonna get through it. And they don't have to make those phone calls. So I know patients that have been through it that don't have that support. And my team was just stellar, out of this world.
It took her some time, but she eventually ended up coming to support groups where she met other young people going through the same thing. And through that, Liane developed friendships, and she still maintains these friendships with some of these young ladies and young men. And so I think that that in itself, she was able to create her own cancer community, which is just so important as well.
Survivorship is a community thing too. When you think about SHIP, it's like relationships. So to be able to connect with them in the ways that they know these things are gonna save your life. These things are gonna bring you not just the medical treatments or the therapies, but the words that I'm saying to you are gonna be able to keep you going.
I really do feel like my patients become part of my family. I care very, very deeply about each and every person that I take care of. And I am so fortunate that I'm able to celebrate with them. I'm able to cry with them.
The team at the hospital, we genuinely want to help. There's no dumb question. There's no ask that we're gonna roll our eyes. We take honor, and it's a privilege to be able to help and support. So I always tell young patients that, and I remind them that at this phase of life where young adults are balancing careers, we're balancing marriage, we're balancing kids or fertility preservation, friendships and bills and car payment, we're just, balancing so much. It's the fact that they're getting this diagnosis right now it's just unimaginable.
Survivorship for me is a really big piece of what are you willing to change to make sure that you not only keep the cancer gone, but help to heal yourself and spread that word to others. even allowing yourself that time. Like, I know the time that I spend with my daughter laughing on TikTok with her, and just hugging my son, and being able to just listen to my husband talk to me about life, these different things.
The Navigator's contact with a patient continues beyond active treatment into survivorship. And I think that's hugely comforting to patients. They know that if they have something, no matter how silly it is, it's important to them. They have somebody to reach out to. So that's a real privilege that we have.
This battle is not, will not defeat you. Speak that to yourself and know that. And realize there's so many different resources out there to help you along the way too. Even for one like myself, where I kind of nested and shadowed myself from others. I'd never once shadowed myself from my survivor team. If I was gonna call anybody, I latched on to them. I let them know that they were necessary in my life, and they made it very clear from the jump that I was necessary in their mission. Just fight, keep going, because you can do it. I did, and I will.